Welcome to the Midas Touch, the YouTube channel that brings you closer to wealth every day. Today we're diving into a topic that affects all of us: how our daily spending habits might silently sabotage our financial goals. In this video, I'll share 16 common things you probably buy that are keeping you poor, and, more importantly, how to stop. Stay with me until the end, because the last item on this list is something most people don't even realize is draining their wallets. Let's uncover the truth and take control of your financial future. Before we start, I want to hear from you. What's the last thing you bought that you regret? Leave your answer in the comments below. Your experience might help someone else. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video packed with strategies to build wealth. This channel is all about helping you unlock the mindset and habits that lead to financial success. Let's start with a classic example: your daily $5 coffee. Over a year, that's nearly $1,800. Making your coffee at home could redirect that money toward investments or paying off debt. Another commonly purchased item is bottled water or soda. I'm not saying you should dehydrate yourself while out, but can you wait until you get home for a drink? Also, think about other overpriced beverages. Why does iced coffee cost so much more just because it's in a green-labeled cup? The second thing is unnecessary subscriptions. Do you have subscriptions to services you hardly use? From streaming platforms to gym memberships you rarely attend, these recurring charges can consume hundreds or even thousands of dollars annually. We often think, I might use it someday, so I better keep it. But that day never comes. Many times we also sign up just because it's trendy or everyone else has it, and we don't want to feel left out. Have you ever done something for that reason? Audit your subscriptions today and cancel anything that doesn't add value to your life. Now let's talk about topic 3. Every year, new technology hits the market, tempting us to upgrade. But ask yourself, do you really need the latest phone if your current one works perfectly fine? Have you stopped to think that the differences between one model and the next are practically non-existent? What are you truly gaining by spending hundreds or thousands of dollars on a new smartphone? A slightly better camera quality, does that justify the expense? Stop spending impulsively just to keep up with trendy devices. Postpone upgrading your devices until it's absolutely necessary. Now let's talk about luxury clothes and accessories. These items often attract people for two main reasons: social status and clever marketing. Luxury brands create an aspirational image that makes you believe you're buying more than just a product. You're buying a symbol of success. Additionally, the psychological appeal of belonging to an elite group drives many people to overspend. However, in most cases, these purchases don't retain their value over time. An $800 pair of shoes can be just as functional as an $80 pair, but the extra cost often only pays for the logo and prestige associated with the brand. These purchases can also become a vicious cycle. Once you adopt the "I deserve it" mindset, it's hard to stop justifying excessive spending. Invest in quality over branding. Classic, durable pieces usually last longer and cost less over time. Before every purchase, ask yourself, am I buying this because I truly need it, or because I want to impress others? This simple reflection can help you avoid unnecessary spending. The fifth topic is what we call false economy, one of the most common financial mistakes. This happens when you think you're saving money by buying the cheapest item but completely ignore quality and durability. In the end, it costs you much more. Let's look at some examples. Imagine buying cheap shoes that wear out in just a few months. You end up buying pair after pair, spending far more than you would have on a single high-quality pair. Remember, quality doesn't necessarily mean splurging on luxury brands. Another example is appliances or furniture. Opting for the cheapest option may seem advantageous, but these items often break down quickly or don't perform well, forcing you to replace or repair them frequently. This false sense of economy is one of your wallet's greatest enemies. Sales and discounts can also deceive us. Buying something on sale just because it's discounted isn't a saving if you don't need it or if it won't last. The sixth topic is eating out frequently. Dining out is convenient, but it's also one of the biggest drains on your wallet. Even a $15 meal 3 times a week adds up to over $2,000 annually. Additionally, frequent dining out often leads to unexpected expenses, such as service charges or desserts and drinks you didn't plan to order. Another problem with eating out is that you're often paying for convenience rather than the quality of the food. In some cases, the same dish could be made at home for a fraction of the cost and likely with fresher ingredients. Reserve eating out for special occasions, making the experience more meaningful and less frequent. This way, you save money and still enjoy those moments more. Now let's talk about something many people don't even notice. Those small extra purchases at the checkout line may seem harmless, but they add up over time. Impulse purchases are designed to make you spend more than you planned. This includes items like candy, magazines, and drinks that you don't need and didn't plan to buy. These purchases work because they appeal to our immediate desire for reward, especially after a long shopping trip. These items are strategically placed to make you spend. But at the end of the month, these small expenses can add up to a significant amount, which could have been used more wisely. Focus on your shopping list and your needs. Keep in mind that those products are designed just to make you spend money. Topic number 8 is unnecessary expenses on rideshare apps. Rideshare apps like Uber and Lyft are convenient, but they can end up costing much more than you realize. Many times, alternatives like public transportation would be far more economical. Who hasn't ordered an Uber to go somewhere nearby just because they felt lazy? Sometimes, after a long day at work, we want to reward ourselves by saying, "I deserve this today." And that's when we make the wrong decision to order a car from the app instead of saving money. This happens more often than you realize and account for. When you check your credit card, it's already filled with these small trips. Plan your trips in advance and see if you can replace these apps with public transportation or even a walk, saving money and helping the environment. We've reached the mistake many housewives with credit card limits make without even thinking. The internet is a blessing, but it also influences us to spend money. Before you know it, you're buying a new kitchen gadget that you saw a blogger recommend and you impulsively purchased it. These trendy gadgets may seem useful, but they are often forgotten or wasted, and many don't even work properly, so avoid them. Most of these items are made to have the lowest production cost, maximizing the profit for the seller, and for that, they compromise on quality. The unnecessary expense, number 10, is on lotteries and gambling. The odds are not in your favor. While it's fun to dream of hitting the jackpot, buying lottery tickets or gambling constantly can drain your finances. Many people end up spending money they don't have, hoping for a miraculous return. But statistics show that only a tiny fraction of players actually win anything significant. Additionally, there's the emotional factor. Lotteries and gambling appeal to feelings of hope and escapism, but when you don't win, it can lead to frustration and the desire to try again, creating a vicious cycle of losses. Small weekly amounts may seem harmless, but at the end of a year, they can represent a significant sum that could be better used for saving or investing. What's supposed to help you sometimes hurts. Unnecessary expense. Number 11 is unnecessary insurance that costs your wallet dearly. Extended warranties and additional insurance policies often cost more than they're worth. Be selective about which coverages you actually need. Some insurance policies are really good, others not so much, but the fact is they will always offer you insurance for anything you buy. So it's up to you to choose when to accept it or not. The main thing is not to accept absolutely everything. Unnecessary expense. Number 12 is extremely common. Carrying debt on credit cards with high interest rates is like throwing money away. The longer you carry the debt, the more you lose. Many people get used to paying only the minimum balance, but that only prolongs the debt and increases the interest charged over time. Additionally, maintaining high-cost debt can limit your financial options for the future. For example, you may miss out on opportunities to invest in something that truly brings returns simply because you're stuck paying exorbitant interest. Another important point is the psychological impact. High debts generate anxiety, stress, and even mental health problems. Resolving these debts is not just a financial issue, but also a quality of life issue. Focus on paying off high-interest debts first, using methods like the snowball method, where you pay off the smallest debts first to build momentum, or the avalanche method, which prioritizes debts with the highest interest rates. Additionally, consider renegotiating rates with your financial institution. We've reached unnecessary expense number 13, spending way beyond what's necessary on gifts. Giving gifts is great, but overspending doesn't mean being more thoughtful. Often we spend more on gifts when we really want to impress someone or appear more important to a group of people. This is purely our ego speaking louder and our desire to show off. Learn that a high ego is the enemy of wealth. Additionally, by focusing on expensive gifts, we often lose sight of the true meaning of gift giving, showing appreciation, care, or recognition. A well-thought-out gift, even if simple, can be much more meaningful than something expensive and impersonal. Also remember that the financial cost of these gifts can harm your budget, especially during holidays like Christmas or birthdays. Planning ahead can help avoid impulsive and excessive spending. Fees, and more fees. That's what we'll talk about in topic 14. Convenience fees, such as those charged at out-of-network ATMs, delivery fees from apps, or additional fees for faster delivery, may seem insignificant, but they quickly add up. Often these fees are paid due to a lack of planning or the pursuit of immediate comfort. For example, paying $3 or $4 in ATM fees a few times a month can add up to more than $100 over a year. The same goes for frequently ordering food through delivery apps, where service and delivery fees can easily exceed the cost of the meal. Another example is fees for faster delivery, whether for food or products bought online. Can't you wait a few more minutes for the food to arrive? Will it harm you if your package arrives 1 or 2 days later? Think about it. One of the most common mistakes is this one we'll discuss in topic 15. Trying to impress others is one of the biggest reasons for excessive and unnecessary spending. Often, we buy clothes, accessories, or electronics simply to gain the approval or admiration of others. It may feel gratifying in the moment, but it usually leads to financial regrets in the future. This habit may be fueled by social media, where we feel the need to show off a lifestyle that doesn't always match our financial reality. But what others think of you doesn't pay your bills. Another problem is that purchases made to impress rarely bring lasting happiness. The initial satisfaction disappears quickly, leaving you with less money and often unnecessary debts. As I've said before, and I'll repeat again, ego is the enemy of wealth. Trying to inflate it will leave you poor. Last but not least, we've reached unnecessary expense number 16. New Year's resolutions like "this year I'll lose weight" often lead to unnecessary expenses made in the heat of the moment, driven by the excitement of a new beginning. Many people buy expensive equipment, such as stationary bikes or treadmills, with the illusion that they will use them, but in reality, these items often end up collecting dust. Excessive optimism when committing to multiple subscriptions or simultaneous plans, like fitness apps, gym memberships, courses, or even ready-made diets, is also a problem. Although the intentions are good, the lack of planning or routine often leads to abandoning these investments. Before committing to such expenses, ask yourself, am I really going to use this consistently? Sometimes, starting with more affordable solutions like free workouts on YouTube or a walk in the park can be just as effective without straining your budget. So, which of these expenses did you identify as part of your daily life? Remember, the first step to changing your financial life is recognizing where the leaks in your budget are. And most importantly, taking action. Today, you learned that simple actions, like cutting back on impulse purchases or replacing expensive habits with more conscious alternatives, can make a huge difference in your financial health. Never underestimate the impact of small changes. Now, I want to know, which of these topics do you find the hardest to change? Or which one have you already changed and seen results? Share your experience in the comments so we can continue this conversation and learn from each other. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share it with friends, and subscribe to the channel. We're in this journey together to build a more prosperous future, and remember, wealth begins in your mindset. Transform your habits, transform your life. See you in the next video on the Midas Touch, the YouTube channel that brings you closer to wealth every day.